cleaning up around my desk, and I found this little card. It's like a fucking postcard on the floor, and I was like, I need to send this to a friend of mine who has an unwanted house guest. Well, not so much an unwanted house guest, so much as a semi-roommate slash house guest that's about to outwear her welcome. And it's like, Lewis cleans out. We will clean out. It's a demolition thing that in a house cleaner, they remove everything. And I was like, I should mail this to her and write on the back, you know, call them and find out if they removed, you know, smoked out loungy bitches. But I didn't. I was kind of upset at the time, and I admittedly a little tipsy. Yeah, I had been sipping on some fucking sake with my mother. I don't know what that was about. But I'm sitting there and we're talking, me and this friend of mine, and she's like, I'm living in hell. And I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, my cousin, she hasn't left yet. And I'm like, okay. Now see, I know her cousin too, and I'm like, well, she was supposed to go to Puerto Rico or something, like to move, and she was staying there, like, she was like, I don't want to stay with my old man anymore, they broke up or whatever the fuck. And I'm like, you know, so my friend, our friend, let her stay until, you know, she decides to like leave, whatever. And I'm like, okay, so we figure this is gonna be like some kind of 1-2 week thing, nothing long, not a grand situation. But then all of a sudden this bitch, something happens. I don't know what the fuck happened, because I stopped dealing with her because she's over dramatic and crazy. And she's like, you know, she ain't going nowhere. Niggas are like, she ain't going nowhere. Like, dead ass, she just ain't going nowhere. Like, she's just fucking living her life normally from my friend's apartment, like they're roommates or some shit. And I'm like, yo, you need to tell her to get the fuck out. And she's like, oh, well, you know, that's family. And I'm like, well, she clearly has something twisted. She must think y'all roommates or something now. You are not roommates. You let her stay there and shit went awry, and now she needs to like go. She needs to either make up with her man or move in with some new nigga or call some bitch somewhere, but you need to like get her back in the swing of, I need to not live here anymore, because nobody said me and you gonna be roommates. No, it was, oh girl, I need a place to stay for a minute. So I'm sitting there like, yeah, you just need to tell her to get the fuck out. And she's like, I don't want to do that, because, you know, she's one of the people that take things very personally. If they start arguing, or if she says, I think you need to go, there's going to be some kind of a disagreement. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? I'll tell her to get the fuck out. I don't care. You could say you didn't say anything to me. Because seriously, on the outside looking in, I already figured that shit was going to fall apart eventually anyway, because nobody wants some woman just living in their house smoking weed all day, critiquing their life. Because she's a critiquer. That's just what she does. She fucking critiques and fucking assimilates and does shit, and it's just kind of aggravating after a while. So I'm like, you know, I don't see how she could just think that was like normal anyway. How you fucking move in with somebody who's got like their whole life all set up to live how they do and just expect shit to be normal. I mean, like, y'all get along, that's fine. Y'all may be best friends, y'all are cousins or whatever the fuck you do. But seriously, after a while, it's aggravating, and both y'all over 25. We all too fucking old to just be living like some high school shit. Is she? And she's like, she went somewhere with some whole other bitch. And I'm like, she got money to fucking go somewhere, but she don't have money to like fucking leave. Go get a hotel room, rent out a fucking room in a college, or fucking, there's a million people out there you could just stay with or just do things. And I'm like, just ain't nobody thinking about that. No, she basically just sit around smoking. And I'm like, yo, it's time to go. I'm gonna have to tell this bitch to leave. So basically, I'm pretty sure you know who you are. I'm pretty sure you're watching this right now. Please, get the fuck out. You are not anyone's roommate. You are a house guest. Things have gone awry. It's completely understandable. Listen to me, because I'm an outside party. You got to go.